Hey, how's it going, you guys? Welcome back to some more 9-9. I do apologize, it has been a few days since I've recorded anything. I've been sick, and everyone else in my house has been sick, and I'm starting to feel a little bit better, so I figured, hey, I'm gonna record something, and this is supposed to be our big episode. I know last time I said it was supposed to be the big episode, but I think this is where something big is gonna happen, or at least according to what y'all have been telling me. You said it's gonna start picking up, like, somewhere later in this episode, so I'm hoping this will be the case, but I have no idea what's going to happen, so let's just play and find out. A week has passed since then. This whole time we've obeyed Sophie's instructions to the letter. I went back to my parents' house for the holidays, so I'd be less likely to run into the girl in the hood. Kujo hasn't left home for anything other than work. I don't quite know what Yuki's been up to, but I'm pretty sure she hasn't been getting into it with Rigveda. Rigveda held their meetup as planned during Golden Week. However, it seems they failed to find any new allies. Oh, that's good for us, I guess. All the people who showed up there were just regular fans of Mobius Ring, not users. Kosuga-senpai told us that herself, and I believe her. What's more, Kosuga-senpai says Ghost was a no-show for the meetup. Yeah, it doesn't seem like she's really too interested in a meetup where she kind of probably would guess that nobody who's a real user would show up. Considering how dismissive she was of Yoichi, she's probably only interested in real users, so it's not surprising she didn't bother to go. On the other hand, it looks like Takamine just wants more comrades no matter who they are. Whether they're a user or not doesn't seem to matter as long as they're into the anime. So he's just trying to recruit a bunch of weebs then. Even though he knew Yoichi wasn't a user, Takamine apparently still invited him to the meetup. Plus, he told everyone there about artifacts in Rigveda. Okay. Interesting. So is he telling people information that only users would know? Like, is that what that was saying? Because, I mean, you could tell people about Rigveda and artifacts and stuff, but you could relate that to the anime. They could just think that he's, you know, acting a role, right? Kosuga-senpai said that all the people who showed up had a good time, but no one seemed to seriously believe anything Takamine said. Okay, so they didn't take him seriously at all. Later, Yoichi told me that Takamine kind of freaked out that he'd refused the invitation to join Rigveda. Oh, okay. Sorry, I read that a little bit wrong. Yoichi told me that Takamine kind of freaked him out. Okay. I was like, what do you mean? He's not trying to join Rigveda. He is Rigveda. A paradise for users. Honestly, I'm starting to think Takamine is all bark and no bite. From what I can tell, he's just overexcited since his favorite anime has become real, and he's letting the fact that he's one of the few with special powers go to his head. That said, he was ready to use his powers on me, and the fact that he's so far gone makes him much more dangerous than if he was a rational guy. Yeah, and then there's Ghost, who actually probably is pretty strong. And Kosuga-senpai is pretty much on our side. You know, I guess so. We'll see. In short, Rigveda is an organization in name only. Its members don't share any common goal or common values. Yeah, kind of. It just seems like they're all doing their own thing. That's probably why their plans aren't going so well. I'm not surprised they haven't been able to get any more users to join. We still haven't figured out what unknown advantage we hold over Ghost and the others, though. So basically, neither side has made any progress. We're in a deadlock.
Hi, 連絡事項は以上です。嘘です。新しい本が届いたそうなので、図書委員の子は図書室に集合だそうです。はい、以上。日直さん。
We stand, bow, and sit back down. Miss Naruse says goodbye and walks out the door. Sure, I guess, Yoichi. Get up and sling my bag over my shoulder. As I head for the door of Yoichi, I glance back at Kujo. I figured it out, guys. So Yoichi, that's the cover story. He said that he wasn't going to join Rigveda so he could spy on us. And then he can act like he's giving us information, but he's giving us what we want to know. Got it figured out, guys. I know. I know I'm on to him. She's chatting with her friends. I was thinking maybe we should all go together now that Golden Week is over, but it's not like we'd have anything to talk about even if we did. Guess we'll just go home for today.
連休どうだった？実家に帰った。やっぱ飯作ってもらえるのはいいな。掃除も洗濯もしなくていいし。家近いんでしょ？そのまま実家にいればいいのに。
Because he wants to be an adult, but he likes to be pampered sometimes.
前に話したろ。おお、思い出した。家 家族いるといかがわしい動画安心して見られないもんね。
If he does watch it, that's probably true. But, I mean, there's other
言
reasons.
ってねえよそんなこと。俺の部屋がもうないんだよ。
Yeah, his room's gone. His mom threw out all of his stuff. He's a little tilted about that still.
んで、お前は？女の子とデート。お。のつもりだった。
I was like, really?
なんだ
I didn't want to say
してない
anything.
のか。だって、かけるのせいで振られちゃったんだもん。またそれか。
Wait, who'd you get dumped by?
だって、かけるが女の子奪っていったじゃん。二人も。
I didn't steal nothing from you.
奪ったって。高坂先輩は後で合流したんだろ。来たよ。あなたはかける様のご友人？かける様のご趣味は？好みのタイプは？
She's gonna say me, me, and me.
そんな質問ばっかりでしたよ。
And by me, I mean Kakeru, of course.
ああ、そう。つまんなかった。超つまんなかった。不愉快だったから、スカトロ趣味のペド野郎って言っ
What
て
the
おいた。
frick, my guy? Worst friend?
おま、なんつうことを。なんなの？どういう関係？いや、妹の友達。からかわれてるんだよ、俺は。そうは見えなかったけど。フードかぶってた方は？神社で話したんだろ？話してないよ。ずっとガム噛んでたし。なんか怖いね、あの子。何したの？かける、睨まれてたでしょ。してねえよ、何も。なんかな、いるんだよな。何も努力してないのに女の子が寄ってくる人。
I mean, what can I say? I'm a good-looking guy. I'm pretty nice for the most part. Have a little bit of an annoying sister, but, you know, people can look past that.
なんだよそれ。九条さんに高坂先輩にフードの子に妹ちゃんに。ハーレム漫画の主人公ですか、君は。
You know, you're not wrong. You're not far off. Yes, even my little sister.
アホか。
Yep.
妹を数に入れるな。
At least get my sister in the count. Do you know what episode this is? This is episode 2 featuring Sora and Nimi. We can't skip your sister, my guy. I'm sorry. As much as I would love to, we cannot.
紹介して。
She is apparently a love interest.
絶対嫌だ。
Maybe we should introduce them. We could like change this whole route. You know, this could just be her getting with Yoichi instead. That'd be great. I would love it.
仲良くなるもん。じゃあね、また明日。
I'll find a way to start talking to her myself. Well, good luck with that. She is super into us.
ああ。
I would love it though if he could convince her to go otherwise. Yoichi turns towards the station while I keep walking down the street. Alright, Yoichi. You can go continue off your master plans. I arrive home without incident. I make my way through the building entrance and reach my apartment.
ただいま。
Tadaima. I yank off my shoes and shuffle over to the fridge. I take out a bottle of tea, toss my bag down the bed, and slake my thirst. I've never heard of that word before, but okay. Whatever that means. Alright, what to do? Recently, I've always been busy with one thing or another, but now I'm free. It's just about to be a free time event, like they have in Danganronpa. Maybe I should start rebuilding my model collection. I don't have all the tools, but I can just make the base models for now. Well, first things first, I go to the bathroom, get changed, and flop down onto my bed. I'm bored. Thinking I might as well kill some time with a movie, I sit back up. Just then I hear my door open. A certain someone leaves the door staying wide open as she saunters in my room.
いや、ただいまじゃねえよ。何普通に来てるんだよ。
I mean, let's be honest, she practically does at this point.
夜くらいはいいって言ったじゃん。
言ったけどさ。
今日宮子先輩がご飯作りに来てくれたりしないの？
No, you're cooking me dinner for all the inconveniences you give me.
何も聞いてない。
そっか、じゃあ来ないかな。
Sora sits down, splays her legs out, totally at ease. Why does she always want to come over to my place so badly? I have no idea. It could be anything, Kakeru. I wonder why. Let's think about that.
じゃねえよ。
ご飯一緒に食べるつもりですけど。
はあ？
一緒にご飯食べる、ミーヤンに駅まで送ってもらう。なんて無駄のないプランでございましょう。
Brozo. That's another new one. I need to start writing these down. I wanna like display all of them by the end of the game. Be like, okay, there's Brozo, Bromeo, Broski, Brofer. I don't think Brofer was one of them, but I could see that being one.
ずうしいなこいつ。
I'll say, okay, here's my challenge for you guys. I want you to list every single bro word that she uses, okay? And I'm gonna see how many by the end of the game there is.
ニーニと食べるって言ったらお父さんがご飯代くれた。5000円も贅沢できる。
5,000 yen? That's a lot.
よし。
Like, isn't that like $50 or $40? Something in there?
単純だな。
お前が利益をもたらす限り、俺は優しい兄だ。
He's like, well, frick, if you're paying, I guess.
嘘かよ。ソフィーからは何もないの？
Frickin', we don't hear crap from
ない
Sophie.
な。呼びかけても反応がないあたり、ゴーストの監視に集中してるのかもな。
監視ってどうやってるんだろうね。
Who the frick knows?
さあな。
あの人にもバレないくらいのステルス性能なら私ほんといらないじゃんね。
I mean, I would imagine Sophie being like from another dimension and being able to travel between them. Her impedance is probably up there enough to where she can make sure she goes undetected.
かもな。
But you know, that's just what I think. I wake up my laptop while I talk and start surfing the web. Sora pulls out her phone and our conversation dies down. Speaking of impedance, though, I was thinking back to when Haruka first met Kakeru. She was trying to use her powers on him, and like she didn't technically, it didn't go through all the way, right? Like he didn't become like a slave or anything, but there was like a point where he got saved. I think it was by Miyako, right? Like she like tapped on him or something, and that like snapped him out of it. But I think the second time, didn't he snap out of it himself? When we were going through Miyako's route. I just thought about that. So technically, was he strong enough to get through that by himself? So my theory about his impedance being pretty high must be somewhat right? I don't know. I was just thinking about that when I was brainstorming how high his impedance must be. Just kill time until sunset. Right as I finish the video I'm watching, Sora looks up with her rhythm game and mutters.
うん
腹減った。
そろそろ行くか。
焼肉行こう、焼肉。
You demand all of my meat, huh? I wonder what meat you're talking about.
焼肉か。
あ、5000円じゃ足りない？足りるよね。
Dang, they should go to Korean barbecue. We just had Korean barbecue here while I was sick, and it was so good.
駅裏に1800円だっけな。90分食べ放題の店がある。
Oh, that's pretty cool. 1,800 yen, so, I mean, that seems like a decent deal.
安い、そこ行こう。
制服に匂いつくぞ。
あ、じゃあ着替えちゃおう。覗いてもいいけど撮影は禁止ね。
ばっかじゃねえの？
I'm not gonna say
先に外
anything.
出てる。
Nothing at all. I'm saying nothing.
おーい、すぐ行きます。
I exit the apartment, leaving Sora behind. That's good. Let's just leave her here. Let's not even take her. Let's just go treat ourselves. After I wait outside for a few minutes, Sora
ごめん、
appears.
お待たせ。待った。
クソ待った。
Dang, we should have ditched her. We had time,
あの
too.
さ、寝たふりしてるんだから今来たとこって言いなさいよ。そんなノリ悪いから友達いないんだよ。
Nope, I just got here myself.
は？今舌打ちした？は？
She really hates when we click our tongue at her, which we seem to do rather often, which makes me think we do it on purpose.
行くぞ。
はーい、焼肉、焼肉。
くっつくな、熱い。
照れるなよ、いいじゃんかよ。実は兄貴もテンション上がってんだろ。
I'm only pumped for it because you're paying, okay, Sora? That's all it is.
おい、
That's
待
all
って
it
待
is.
って、ちょっと待って、早いよ、はしゃぐなよ、小学生か。
What are you, 5? I spent away trying to shake Sora. Oh my gosh. They're just racing.
くった
腹いっぱいだな。
でもあれだね、値段相応だったね。
十分うまかったけど。
美味しかったけど、この前行った焼肉屋さんみたいにお肉柔らかくなかった。
いつ？この前っていつ？
I mean, I've gotten some pretty good Korean barbecue for about $18 if you go during lunch. I mean, this is dinner, so $18 at dinner though. Normally dinner is about like 30 at least. And it's probably gone up since the last time I went.
先月の頭の日曜？
みんなで行ったの？
まあ、はい。
呼べよ。なんで俺抜きでちょっといい焼肉食ってんだよ。呼べよ。
いや、わざわざ呼ぶの悪いかなーって。
Kakaru literally has nothing going on.
いや、日曜だろ？行くよ。超行くよ。いっつも俺抜きでいいもん食ってんのか、お前ら。
あ、着いた。お兄ちゃん。
Oh yeah, anyways, goodbye. We arrive at the station, Sora cuts the conversation short. Sighing, I keep outside the ticket
気をつけ
barrier.
て帰れよ。自転車だよな。
何が？
駅から家まで。
行きも帰りもお父さんに送ってもらってるよ。
ほんと至れり尽くせりだな、お前。
Gosh, really milking her parents for all it's worth.
だって可愛い娘に何かあったら大変でしょ？
Oh yes, I'm sure.
俺んち来るのそういうことか。おとんの仕事終わるまで時間潰してるのか。
そうっすね。父上からもそれを推奨されておりますね。はい。
Terrible.
ほんと俺の負担考えてねえな、うちの親は。
負担ってなんだよ。こんな可愛い妹と一緒に楽しく過ごせるんだからご褒美でしょうが。俺言ってもいいくらいですよ。
The total reward. More like babysitting. That's literally what you just described. I'm babysitting for you.
血のつながりがなかったらお前みたいなやつ絶対仕方してるわ。
そういうリアルに心に来る発言は控えていただいてもよろしい？
ほれ帰れ。ちゃんとおとんに今から電車乗るって連絡しとけよ。
Yeah, go running home to daddy, okay?
分かってます。
ああ。
じゃあね。
Alright, well at least we got treated to dinner. I'll take it. See Sora off and head for home. I wish my dad would just give me $50 to go to Korean barbecue or whatever kind of barbecue they did. Hot pot. Along the way, I pull out my phone and check the time. It's just past 8. Since we made full use of our 90 minutes, it's a bit later than when I'd usually return home. But while the streets are no longer full of office workers going home or students hanging out after club, they're not exactly empty either. We practically confirmed that Ghost is the user of the evil eye, but I doubt she'd make a move until later at night. The first girl who got petrified was attacked on her way home from cram school. I looked up at the times table of all the cram schools in the area, and apparently some of the later ones go until 10. If that girl stopped by the park for a while, we can assume she killed some time there, but even at the latest, she must have been petrified around 11. Late, but not extremely late. Late at night at the park. This was a dumb idea. If I just go home, it'll eat at me. There are a few things I want to check out anyway, so I changed course and head for the park. Oh boy. This just sounds like an absolutely terrible idea. But, you know, let's go for it. Let's see what happens. It takes me 10 minutes to reach the park. After a moment's hesitation, I decide to go in. Surprisingly, it's not deserted. I'm like, who goes to the park at 11 at night? Unless you're going with friends and just, yeah, a group of 5 guys horsing around. Yeah, that's the only time I'd ever go to the park. And that would be when I was, like, way younger. I'm not trying to go to the park at night. Like, nothing good happens. Breathing a sigh of relief, I turn and focus on one bench in particular. The stone statue, which sat there a few days ago, is gone. I wonder if that girl's parents already buried her. I mean, do you bury a statue? Like, what would you do with a statue? Like, obviously you don't display it in your home. That'd be a little insensitive, but what would you do if your child got turned into a statue? That would be just kind of horrifying. No one's reporting on the petrification incident in the news anymore. Possible the media is avoid talking about it to prevent a panic. After all, the public has no idea how could someone be petrified. Well, apparently they believe that it was some disease. Like, that's believable. It's also possible they just have no new information to report. Interest has started dying down on the internet, too. In just half a month, the world has forgotten about the poor girl's death. I'm trying to think, like, if in reality something like that happened, there's no way that would go away in half a month. No way. It's possible the key to discovering the unknown advantage we have over our foe lies here. Oh. So I was just thinking, okay, is it possible that she can only use her power at night? If we think about it, every incident happened late at night. Or later at night, in the evening. Something to keep in mind. Okay. Why is Ghost obsessed with me? What makes me so different? I don't know. Maybe she finds you attractive. Who knows? Few things do come to mind, but most of them have nothing to do with users or artifacts. Kujo and Yoichi were with me when we first saw the statue, but I was the only one who stayed behind. Yeah, because I know they kind of talked about it being at night before, didn't they? Ghost watching them from somewhere nearby as I waited for the police. Does she hold a grudge against me because I reported the incident? No, it doesn't sound right. Perhaps she left something behind which connected her to the crime. Maybe she's afraid I'd noticed that something. That would at least explain why she's gunning for me, the weakest member of our group. But what? I examined every inch of the bench. Well, even if there was something to be found at one point, there's no way it's still here. Does that mean I've already seen enough to be able to solve this mystery? Sit down on the bench and pick through my memories. To be honest, I don't really remember much about that day. Recalling every niggling little detail is probably impossible at this point. Assuming Ghost is the user of the evil eye, then what exactly is she after? Since she's working with Takamine, I imagine she's also looking for other users. But could it be that her goal isn't to recruit them, but to kill them? What if the girl she petrified was also a user? That's entirely possible. But they said it was some random girl at a bus stop? Is that what the other one was? And then she killed Takamine. So there could be... Yeah, because she killed Takamine, there could be some validity to that. For sure. If Ghost lured that girl here knowing she's a user and killed her on top of that, that means she plans her moves. So, I mean, the girl seemed pretty distressed. Like, maybe she got a text and she was, like, looking at her phone, like, okay, was she meeting up here? Maybe she got, like, some kind of threatening message to telling her to, like, meet at the park. Yeah, that could be somewhat true. If the petrified girl was a user, how did Ghost even find that out? Why'd you kill her? I'm just really surprised we haven't seen anybody that has a power that can detect other users yet. I feel like that could be a possibility here. But a lot of people are just very observant. Like, Yuki just kind of overheard us in the cafe. I mean, that's kind of our own fault, but, you know, you could find out if someone's a user just through observation. The last time the artifacts spilled in our world, Iris petrified the demons, aka the users, before reclaiming their artifacts. If the petrified girl was a user, then the current user of the evil eye would be doing the same thing Iris did in the past. Does that mean Ghost is Iris herself, or maybe someone related to her? I have wondered if Ghost is from another world, but at the same time, I'm just not too sure. I think I talked about this last episode. I think just the way she talks makes me think that she's just like a normal teenage girl, whatever. But I don't know. She very well could be from another world. In that case, from her perspective, we'd be the demons, the bad guys. Is that the worst case scenario Sophie was worried about? Did she order us to remain on standby because she was concerned for our safety? Was she afraid that her counterpart, who's willing to use more extreme methods than her, would kill us? It's kind of an interesting perspective. Is it entirely possible that we technically are the bad guys in her eyes? She's trying to get rid of all the users of the artifacts before they go crazy. She could be looking at it through that lens and petrifying those people. Who knows? I have absolutely no idea. I'm just throwing out guesses, honestly. That's what I've been doing this whole game. And sometimes my guesses are close, sometimes they're not. Who knows? Still waiting on Yoichi. We've got to find that one out. But there's no place to be standing around thinking. I better head home before it gets too late. Actually, is anywhere safe? If Ghost really is from another world, can't she just teleport wherever she wants? No. I feel like that's an artifact that Sophie has that allows her to do so. So unless she has something similar, it's entirely possible she just got to this world and isn't able to, like, freely go back and forth like Sophie does. Still, even if that's true, I should probably go home. It's gotta be safer than here, at least. Preparing to leave, I lift my head and instantly freeze. Ah, frick. Where's this going, guys? Nope. No, I'm getting chills. I already know something's happening right now. Ah, frick. This isn't good. In front of me is a lone girl standing in a patch of moonlight.
Ghost.
Yo, Oni-chan.
Frick, we are so screwed. So screwed. Yep, you did. You did. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Learning as a simulator made me overconfident. But hey, this might put us in a situation where we have to use our powers, and we'll figure it out. That'd be cool. I'm trying to look at the positive here, even though I'm like, no way this is going good. Where did all that foolhardiness come from? I can't even use my own artifact. Yeah, because they tried to make it seem like he wasn't using his artifact to change the branches. But I think maybe he did. I don't know. Yeah, I think y'all were explaining it to me that technically each branch is like its own thing. So I guess technically he didn't time travel. I have no idea though. Gosh, there's stupid flies getting on my lens.
こんな場所にたった一人で随分と余裕だな。舐めてんのか？それとも俺に会いたかったのか？おい。
どうしてそう俺に突っかかる？
先に突っかかってきたのはてめえだろ。
I didn't pick nothing. What the frick do you mean?
妹を人質に取ったような電話をされたらあんな態度にもなる。
その大事な妹に俺たちを探らせなきゃこうはならなかった。全部てめえのせいだろ。
Just trying to figure out what the frick y'all are doing. Yeah, it really wasn't you. This is not to say that loud. I stopped myself. Not only is arguing pointless, it's a straight up bad idea. Assuming she is the user of the evil eye and the evil eye's activation conditions are what were written in Miss Narase's documents, and I'm already within her range. She basically has a knife to my throat. One little push and I'm dead. There's no time for acting tough. I need to do my best not to provoke her. And in the meantime, I need to find a way to escape her field of vision. I need to assume I'm dealing with a hardened killer here.
そうだな。悪かったよ。
おいおい、謝んのかよ。ダッセーな。
なんとでも言ってくれ。そっちが俺たちに危害を加えようとしない限り、俺たちもそっちに何かするつもりはない。
She's not gonna buy that.
やるしかねえとか言ってなかったか？あの異性はどうしたよ。
Drugs. I was on drugs. Drugs make you say crazy things. I'm sorry.
実力差を痛感した。俺たちはお前たちにかなわない。張り合うことこそダセーだろう。
Interesting. He's downplaying this quite a bit.
なんだよ、そうか。そこまで言われちゃあな。
All right, Kakeru. Pull out a fast one. Just tell her you love her. Just go for it. Just say you've had feelings for her since the first time you met her. You know that she would never hurt your sister. Just do it. It'll totally confuse her, and then you just run. Maybe it's my imagination if I feel like she's gotten less hostile.
別に好き好んでお前らに突っかかってたわけじゃねえんだぜ。ユーザー同士仲良くやりてえって思ってんのさ。本当だぜ。だから趣味の合わねえあいつともつるんでる。
Okay.
なのにな。あんな態度取られちまったらこっちもトゲトゲしくなるってもんさ。だろ？
I feel like she's totally playing with us right now. But okay.
だがまあそっちが泣いちまってんのに俺だけ生きってんのもダセえよな。いいぜ。そういうことなら俺ももうお前らには絡まねえよ。水
I
に
don't
流
believe
そう
her
じゃねえか。
at all.
なあ。
I don't believe her in the slightest.
マジか。
I'm so shocked I accidentally let slip my doubts. She's willing to back off. Hold up one second. Nope. This is not gonna go well. She was only being this aggressive because we provoked her. And if we talk things out, she won't. No, this is not gonna happen, my guy. This is total BS. Does that mean she's not the user of the evil eye? So wait, she's just a sharp-tongued girl with a quick temper. No wait, Sophie said she was almost certain Ghost was the user of the evil eye. That being said, there's no concrete proof. Question is, do I trust Ghost? No. Absolutely not.
そう警戒すんなよ。まあ仕方ねえけどよ。食うか？
Nope, don't take that. Give her a blank stare in response. She scoffs and pops in her mouth.
あ、本名言っちまった。まあいっか。前も言っちまったし。あいつの言うことは気にすんな。理想郷がどうだの人殺し容認だの。
Wait, is she actually nice?
アホなんだ。
I'm so lost. I want to say don't trust her. I feel like she's totally toying with us.
ま、こっちも悪かったわな。敵なんて言われたらそりゃ身構える。本当にいらねえの？ソーダ味。うまいぞ。
I'm so lost. I don't trust her, though. I really don't.
いや、
あっそ。
Turns to the side and blows a bubble. Yeah, this is... No. No, I don't believe it. It's way too drastic a change. Was I just misunderstanding things all along? Nope, I don't believe it. We already know people in this game have dual personalities. Wouldn't surprise me if she does. Well, that's one thing I'm sure of. She's a much stronger user than any of us. It's still possible she's the user of the evil eye, but if she's not coming after us, I have no reason to provoke her. Not perceptive enough to be able to tell if she's faking it anyways.
つか、お前こんなとこで何やってんの？
え？
まあいいや、どうでも。楽しくおしゃべりするような間柄でもないしな。
いや、誤解が解けてよかったよ。
誤解ね。これからはお互い干渉しないようにしようぜ。今さら仲良しこよしも無理だろ。
Gosh, I am so lost as to what's going on. So lost. Freaking ghosts in your crazy eyes. I do like her eyes though. I know y'all like when I talk about her eyes apparently, or just character eyes in general. I'm trying to think of what hers looks like. It almost looks like a planet having like a supernova or something, you know? It looks like an explosion right down here where like that kind of yellow and orange is. And then you got like the wave of the heat and the blasts right there. And then you got the stars. And you got like a UFO saucer thing up here. Who knows?
そうだな。
決まりだな。じゃあな。
ああ。
最後に一つ聞きてんだけど、まさか本気にしたのか？
は？
Okay. Okay. Like, this is bad for him, but I'm so glad that I was right. I'm like, there's no way. That was total BS, right? Like, I was just, like, so lost. Like, no? Like, that doesn't make sense at all. Thank goodness. Okay. Okay. Well, Kakaru is screwed, but at least I was right, okay? So we can all take that and consider that a win. Her pupils glow with a glitching light.
たった数分話しただけで警戒解くなよ。バカかお前。
I should be asking you that, but okay. Her lips curl into a contemptuous sneer. She's wrong, though. I never let my guard down. I've been looking for a chance to run this whole time, but despite that... The moment her stigma appeared, I became unable to move. I can't look away from her stigma, no, her eyes. The light sucks me in, making it impossible to even blink. I'm losing feeling in my right fingers and toes. She trapped me in her gaze. There's no doubt about it, this power is...
全身が石になるまでちょいと時間がかかる。ゆっくりとおしゃべりしようじゃねえか。
Petrification. So we have confirmation she is the evil eye user. Okay, perfect. My arms and legs are being turned to stone. She's the user of the evil eye. I struggle desperately trying to escape the evil eye's gaze. I'm not completely immobilized. I can still move a little, but just not nearly as much as I'd like. It takes all my strength just to twitch a finger. Because my gaze is fixed on her, I can't move my head. I want to curse, but I can't move my tongue well enough to get the words out. I can't feel anything below my right calf or right elbow anymore. Well, frick, are we gonna die, or are we gonna do something about this? They could just bring Noah in. Noah could be like, oh, I was following you, and saves us. They could do something like that, or we could just die, and maybe this is another bad end. Who knows? I think a single lapse in judgment proved fatal. Or, secret option C, okay? We use our power, which would be cool. I want to figure out what it is. Maybe we can time leap. Ooh, that'd be cool. Maybe that's what our power is, time leaping. Yeah, she does feel like kind of a villain. Oh, that's cool. We get to see her stigma here, though. It's interesting. It's like around her eye. Okay. So it's not in her eye, though. Freaking, when Yuki pulled out hers and it was in her eye, that was dope. That was so cool to see. It's just so boring waiting for you to turn completely to stone.
それはお前がユーザーだからだ。
Okay, is that confirmation that she's doing the same thing as Iris did, or that she is
欲
Iris?
しいのさ、俺は。てめえみてえな中途半端に正義感持ってるやつはめんどくせえからな。ゴミみたいに弱いくせに絶対にいつか面倒を起こしやがる。
Do you know what my artifact is, though?
だからお前から始めることにした。てめえの妹でも九条美
Wow, so mean to
あの
Yuki,
中二の
okay?
女でもなく
Didn't even use her
お前
name.
別に恨みなんざなんもねえわ。お前に対して何の感情もねえ。ただユーザーだから殺す。
Okay, I mean, fair
お
enough.
前が終わったら次は妹だ。それなら寂しくないだろ、お兄ちゃん。
I wish you'd stop calling me that. That's weird.
すげえな、喋れるのか。イリス急にアニメの話かよ。お前も司令官殿と同類か。はあ、寒いぜ、くだらねえ。
Okay. Interesting. Okay, so we have confirmation that she's not probably from another world. Interesting. Okay, so that's what I kind of thought, that only because she like swears so much, and like Sophie seems really, I wouldn't say okay, maybe I would say sophisticated. She's more sophisticated, okay? Why is she stealing artifacts? Why is she killing people?
ユーザー相手じゃ進行が遅いな。じれったい、さっさとよこしな。
Ghost draws closer and glares at me even harder with her evil eye. Oh no, they turned up the brightness on her sprite. That's how you know things are serious. Her Sigma flash is glowing brighter. The loss of sensation creeps up my body. I'm being turned to stone. The background's getting freaking more saturated. I prepare myself for the end, but just then... Who is it? Who's saving us? A black shadow flies between us. Clicking her tongue, Ghost leaps backwards. The paralysis fades, and the oppressive powers binding me vanishes. I've been saved!
生きてる？
Let's go! Sophie's saving us? Okay, this is secret option D. Okay.
なんとか。
そう、よかった。
Yes, let's go! After our card exchange, Sophie turns to Ghost.
困るのよね、その子を殺されたら。
Where the frick were you in the first bad end? Ghost dons mechanical grin and spits out her gum. She doesn't seem the least bit perturbed by the dramatic events of a floating plushie, which means she knows about the other world and the people who live there.
動かない方がいいわよ。石になった部位が破損したら取り返しがつかないから。
Look down at myself. My right hand is petrified from the fingers to the shoulder, while my right leg is stoned to the middle of my thigh. Well, frick. I can stand but not walk, just trying puts me off balance. I nearly fall. I may have gotten a temporary reprieve, but the situation is still dire. So this is probably before she ever got a second victim, right? It seemed like by the second and third victim, she started getting better and better at petrifying them. So she just kind of petrifies the skin on the first one, right? So it seems like that's kind of the scenario. So hopefully we'll be able to still be okay. I feel like getting petrified would be pretty bad for your health, but...
どけよ。てめえに用はない。お断り。そっちこそ引いてくれるかしら。痛い目見るわよ。
I don't know, Sophie, what the frick are you about to pull out right now?
いいぜ、やってみろよ。
I didn't really expect Sophie to save us. This is very different from how I imagined Sophie in the first episode, right? I feel like the first episode she was almost a little bit cold to us. Like, she didn't seem like she really cared too much about us. She was just using us to fill an ends to a means, right? But in this one, it seems like she's developing more of a relationship with us. Like, she's actually trying to help us more and to be more helpful, and she's giving us a little bit more information about things. I mean, she's still hiding stuff from us, I believe, but interesting. I didn't think she liked us enough to save us right here.
だよな。できねえ。できるはずがねえ。そんなぬいぐるみじゃ何もできない。だろ?
Sophie makes no reply to Ghost's taunts. Does this girl know more about Sophie than we do? How? There's something strange about the way she's acting.
もう一度だけ言うぞ。どけよ。そいつが石になって死んでいく様をただ黙って見てろ。
I will say one theory I could see being possible is that Ghost is not a being from another world, but she's working for a being from another world, or is being influenced or helped, you know, along those lines. I could see that being true.
かける。 くまでもないけれど逃げられるでしょうね。じゃあせめて目を閉じていなさい。石像になりたくないのなら。おいおい忘れてねえか。俺のアーティファクトはそれだけじゃないぜ。
Yeah, yeah, I know you got like at least 3, right?
かける避けなさい。
Try to jump to the side using my gift if I just end up losing my balance. I'd imagine the parts that got turned to stone also weigh a lot more too. And it's hard because you can't use it. Something slams in my chest, pain lances through me. I fall backward and hit the ground hard. There's a dull thud as my back collides with the pavement. Panicking, I look down at my arms and legs just to make sure they didn't break during the fall. Fortunately, they're both fine. As dumb as it is, I only think to worry about my chest after that. I put my working left hand to my chest to assess the damage. There's no blood and my clothes aren't even ripped. As far as I can tell, there's no physical wound, just pain. Dang, that scared me, but I guess the artifacts like the guy's flames are not truly physical manifestations of energy, but spiritual ones. Ghost walks towards me, clenching and unclenching her stigma and scribed fist. Just because we have no clue what the frick it is. Yeah, she like totally underestimates Sophie. I have no idea what Sophie's gonna do, but hopefully it'll be something cool.
もういいってそういうの。消えろ。
Ghost sweeps her arm at Sophie. An arrow with a massive arrowhead cuts through the air. In response, Sophie.
嫌に。
Uh-oh. Sophie gets stabbed. Well, frick. There goes that plan. The plushy bursts and vanishes into nothingness. You gotta be kidding me. This can't be happening. Freaking Sophie all talk.
順番が回ってきたな、お兄ちゃん。答えは出たか？
I'm gonna choose secret option B, not die.
何にらんでんだよ。ああ、悪い。それが答えか。いいぜ。お望み通り石にしてやる。
How about no? Let's not do that. Once again, my body is paralyzed. I can feel the petrification working its way through me. Am I just really gonna end up petrified? Am I gonna die just like this? Isn't there anything I could do? There has to be something. Why can't I use my power? What is my artifact? Why won't it come when I call? If I'm really a user, now's the time, isn't it? Now's the time I should be awakening to my abilities. Anything, anything. As long as it helps me survive, as long as it helps me defeat this monster, I'll take any power at all. Hurry up and awaken already. Ghost clicks her tongue and takes a step back. Don't tell me it finally happened. No, looks like I was getting ahead of myself. My powers are still dormant. I'm still screwed as I was 2 seconds ago.
また邪魔が入った。お前人望だけはあるな。
Yeah, pretty much plot armor. That's all we got.
何？
I struggle to raise myself up and look where Ghost is looking. Standing there is... What the frick? Where did you come from? Sora's supposed to be at home right now. She's gritting her teeth, her hands balled up in a fist. She glares at Ghost, trying to seem more threatening than she is. Taking everything she has to keep her trembling legs from collapsing, but she's not backing down.
どうして？
お兄ちゃんを助けに来たか。けなげだな。お兄ちゃんをいじめるな。
Yes, bullying. This is just, just what happens at school, guys. Like, you get pushed around, you get called names, they pull little harmless pranks. Yeah, that's totally what was happening here. It's not like I was getting turned to literal stone.
は？いじめるなって？そうかい、悪かったよ。違うんだ。俺はいじめてるつもりはねえんだよ。
Yeah, Ghost isn't that mean. She wouldn't bully us, would she? No. Exactly. She's just killing us. She's not bullying, guys. Don't worry about it. Sora takes a step back. Then she glances over at me, still lying on the ground, strengthens her resolve. She steps forward and stabs a finger out at Ghost.
許さない。お兄ちゃんは殺させない。
Let's freaking go! She's about to use her spirit gun! Let's go, baby! We're freaking in Yu Yu Hakusho right now. Let's freaking go. Please tell me she's gonna shoot something. Please.
どうするつもりだ？
Please tell me she's gonna shoot something.
Sora, もういい、逃げろ。
I have no idea how that would fit into her powers, but
意地張るなって逃げとけよ。てめえの力はもう知ってる。姿を消すんだろ。ま、俺には効かねえからな。後でゆっくり探すさ。こいつを石にしてからな。
gosh, the other thing this reminds me of is in My Hero Academia when he's like, "You're next," and he just points at him. My gosh, that looks so cool. I like seeing her finger gun. I love it.
それはもう聞いた。別にお前からでもいいんだぜ。ああ、もうダメだな。ダメだ。獲物を前にしたなめずりは三流だ。誰かさんが大声出したせいで余裕がないってのにな。さっさと済ませようぜ。お前からでいいんだな。
そいつと目を合わせるな、逃げろ。逃げない。
私がこいつを。俺を消してやる。
Wait. Yes? Yes? Okay. Oh, frick. Oh, frick. Okay, guys, hold up. I want you all to be able to see the full CG here. Okay, she's using the spirit gun. She's gonna make her disappear. She's gonna literally obliterate her. Let's do it. Her stigma has spread to her left hand. No, not just her left hand, it's on her arms, chest, and neck, too. Sora's stigma is supposed to be only on her back. Did it spread in response to her willpower? This probably means her power's grown. I mean, hers did get bigger, right? But that might not necessarily be a good thing. Sophie's warning flashes through my mind. Still vividly remember what happened to the guy who was swallowed up by his powers to set the school ablaze. The way his stigma has spread was strikingly similar to how Sora's looks right now. This isn't good.
やめろ、Sora、力を使うな。
No. I want to see it, though. Like, I understand this might, like, lead to very bad consequences, but it looks freaking awesome. Let's do it. Spirit gun. Let's do it.
Sora!
She's using a spirit gun. Let's go. Oh, I'm so excited. She's freaking doing it. And then Sora shoots a swirling blast and let it go. She's actually using a spirit gun. That's so freaking awesome. I love it. I'm so hyped. This got so much better so fast. Light swallows her whole. Ghost grins ruefully and looks down at her hand. She's actually turning into a ghost. Let's go. The hell is going on? Sora's power is supposed to be manipulating people's presence, not making them invisible.
なるほどね。透明になるなんて生優しいもんです。そのまま消えちゃえ。悔しいが、そうなっちまうみたいだな。
I've turned down the transparency on your sprite by 50%. Now you glow within the background. She casually stuffs her invisible right hand into her pocket. Slowly but surely you'll fade into the background. You'll be nothing more than something that people will have to spot, like an I Spy puzzle. She thrusts her barely visible left hand towards me. Still smiling, she gives me a venomous glare, and then she disappears. How did she yeet her out of existence, though? I'm so lost. But the spirit gun was cool, so I'll accept it. I'm still unable to move, so Sora runs over to me. When she sees my petrified arm and leg, she starts panicking. How the frick do you know that? I guess maybe they have information on the evil eye. They know how that works.
Huh?
さあ、かけるを自宅まで運ぶわよ。 もっとも私は手伝えないけれど。
Then why'd you say we, like you were doing something?
ソフィ
何よ。
ー何よって。
He's like, Sophie, I saw you die.
死んじゃったかと。死ぬわけないでしょ。何度も話したけど、これは減退。
そうだったのか。
心配かけちゃったわね。謝るつもりはないけれど。さあ、ソラ、役立たずのかけるを運んであげなさい。
Sophie's just like, don't worry, this body's made in China. We can make another one. They mass produce these in high quantities.
立てる？
厳しいな。悪い。肩貸してくれ。
捕まって。
With Sora's help, I managed to get back on my feet.
大丈夫か？
それ、ニーニが聞くことじゃないでしょ。ゆっくりね。石化した部分、多少の衝撃は大丈夫だけれど、案外脆いから本当に気をつけなさいよ。
本当に治るんだよな。
ええ。帰って落ち着いたら詳しく話してあげるわよ。
Dang, we should carve something into our stone leg. That'd be kind of cool. Like, we can make ourselves, like, a natural tattoo. Because it would probably grow back that way, right? So, like, it'd look like a scar. We can make it look like we got attacked by, like, a bear or something. Could say we killed it. I have no idea why I'm thinking about this, by the way. That's, like, the stupidest thought I could have. And I'm just like, yes, let's carve something into our body. Because, you know, why the frick not?
それも後でね。行くよ。
Sora would probably carve her name in there, just to always have a piece of her with us. So maybe that's not a good idea. Let's not give her any chances. With a Herculean effort, I start shambling forward. Sora sticks close to me, matching my pace. Ghost has disappeared. No, Sora made her disappear. She beat someone she shouldn't have stood a chance against, and we all had to sacrifice for it. Was an arm and a leg. Quite literally. When all's said and done, that's not a bad trade. However, this whole incident only happened because of my carelessness. Because of me, Sora had to be reckless and take on a massive burden despite how scared she was. It was all worth it for that cool CG. That was awesome. I loved seeing her spirit gun. Even if this is one of the best outcomes we could have hoped for, I can't be happy about it. No. Sorry, I want to see your spirit gun again. Freaking shoot that tree over there. Or shoot the lamp. I want to see it. Couldn't do a darn thing, and even now I'm relying on my sister. I'm pathetic. It was all worth it, though. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Like, okay, I'm not saying Sora as far as best girl has really improved much, but like her coolness level just like skyrocketed. That was so awesome. I hope we get to see more of that. Literally breaking the fourth wall. Changing someone's sprite in the game. Took 3 times as long to get home as it normally would. Next, she's gonna tell us that her spirit gun can, like, change an in-game character's personality. She's like, I'm gonna make you a good guy, and just BAM! Ghost is on our side. Let's do it. She can do more than just change the transparency of her sprite. She can now change the color. She can change your outfit. She can make you a whole nother person. So cool. Sora makes sure I'm leaning against the wall before letting go of me. She takes her shoes off, then squats down in front of me. Oh gosh, I never thought about that. What if a certain other area of our body is like petrified? That would suck. Guess we're not having kids. I mean, you could, but you might take my entire leg off. I shift my weight over to my petrified right leg, lift my left leg up, and take off the one shoe that I can. How long is it going to take for me to heal? Just getting into my house is a chore. With Sora's help, I make it to the bed and sit down. Well, my leg won't bend properly, so my posture's gotten weird.
そうする。
It's a struggle if I manage to lie down, but since I can't bend my elbow at all, it's hard to get into a comfortable position. While I'm trying to figure out the best way to orient myself, Sora pulls up her phone and makes a call. Not to call the Ghostbusters.
あ、もしもし、私です。
If you think about it, something strange did happen in our neighborhood. You know, they quite literally petrified me.
いやもうそのネタいいから。詐欺じゃないから。あなたの娘だから。あのね、お兄ちゃん風邪ひいちゃったみたいでさ、私土日こっちに泊まるから。電話変わる？あ、いいの？はいはい、わかった。じゃあね。はいはい。
Wow, my own father doesn't even care about me. He's just like, yeah, I don't want to talk to this guy. Don't see him ever. Don't want to. You know, there's a reason I let him move out. Sora taps the end call button on her phone, puts it down on the table, and turns to face me.
ってわけで、泊まっていきます。
You know, Sora, for once in this game, this is actually an okay time for you to stay over and actually be appreciative, okay?
あれ、怒んないの？
I think we'll be okay here if we let her stay, because kind of need someone to help us.
ありがとう。助かるよ。
うわ、素直。
Ah, frick. He starts being nice to her, and then he ends up with his sister, you know? Freaking, this is slowly turning from Mitsugawa to Alabama.
でもお前、なんであそこにいたんだ？
なんでって、そりゃあね、その。
帰ったふりか。
だって、ニーニだって危ないじゃん、一人で帰るの。
全然気づいてなかった。お前ゴーストのやつに
そうだけど、使わないよりマシだろうし。ごめん。
いや。
Yeah, you freaking saved us, so I'll allow it this time.
何が？
いつもなら怒るところなのに。
自分のミス棚にあげて、命の恩人を叱れないだろう。
でも。
助かったよ。あり。
Why does Sora look so glum? Seems like there's some reason she doesn't want to accept my thanks. I think she's so used to, like, joking around with us that she's like, wait a minute, you're actually complimenting me. What do I do? This is so new to me. I can't bring myself to ask her what it is. An awkward silence settles over us. The one who breaks it is my other savior. Sophie appears directly above me. She vanished without a word after we left the park earlier. I was starting to think that maybe she had been seriously injured by Ghost and was just acting to reassure us, but in reality, she was having trouble maintaining her body in this world. And with the way she's acting, it doesn't seem like that was the case.
急にいなくなって悪かったわね。
ああ、いや。調べ物。
あの子の目的。あなた、運が良かったわね。別の枝では、ついさっき3人目の犠牲者が出ているわ。しかもユーザーの。
So, gosh, this was one of my favorite parts of the game, though. I love that they're going back and mentioning things that happened in the other route. So it's like, oh, we know about that, right? But now they know about it. So good. Such good writing. I will say that. I love how it's all tying into each other. Like, that's great.
それは知らなくていい。あの子、あなたに言ったのよね。力をよこせって。
ああ。俺のアーティファクトが欲しかったらしい。
Freaking good luck. I can't even find it.
なるほどね。別の枝の私はあの子とニアミスしていたようね。
ニアミス？
別の枝でとあるユーザーを石化し破壊した後、アーティファクトを回収せずに立ち去っているの。
Huh. We still don't know what Takamine's is.
多分回収する。いえ、探す時間がなかったのでしょうね。破壊した直後に私が現れたから。破壊って最初の人はされてなかったよね。その人に恨みがあったってこと？別の枝の私もそう思ったみたいだけれど、違うわね。破壊する必要があった。それだけよ。
Okay. Interesting. Can Sophie talk to the other Sophie? Is that what she's implying right now? That's what my other self in the branch believed. Or maybe she's just observing the other Sophie. That's interesting. You're observing that Sophie. What if that Sophie's observing you? That's interesting.
魔眼は今のカケルのように服でも何でも身につけているものと一緒に対象を石化する。けど、アーティファクトは石にならないのよ。
That's convenient.
ああ、そういうことか。人を石にしてから砕いてアーティファクトを探す。
So she probably didn't see what artifact Takamine had. That would be very helpful to us if she did.
あら、あなたにしては理解が早いわね。そういうこと。どこに隠していても石像を砕いていけばそのうち出てくる。
Yeah, pretty much. So my question is, can the artifact be anything on your person? Like, does it just... Is it already an object, or does it take over one of your objects? It seemed like in Miyako's case, she just found it, but unlike maybe some of the other ones, it seemed like it was something they already had. So I'm like, how far could I go with this? Could it be something physically inside their body? Like, let's say you had a hip replacement. You have like a metal hip. Could that be your artifact? I don't know. I was just thinking about that, right? Like, you would have to like literally dig into somebody to get that. But I'm not sure if that's the case. I feel like it's probably a separate item, because it seems like Sora's is like that bracelet, right? And it doesn't seem like she had been using that before. So probably something entirely new.
けど、奪ってどうするんだ？アーティファクトは自分で持ち主を決めるんだろ？奪ってもそのうち消えちまうだろう。
そうでもないのよ。強引に契約する手段がある。あなたたちに教える気はないけれど。
Okay, I mean, fair enough. I don't feel like we need to do that at the moment, but good to know that we can do that. I think that's important to know.
奴はその手段を知っている。
でしょうね。問題はどうやって知ったのか。それとも最初から知っていたのか。
Like I said before, I think she's working with someone from the other world, or somebody that has information about the other world. It just seems like she knows too much.
あいつ。
あら、じゃあそちら側のに。
ソフィー以外にこっち側に来ている異世界人がいる？
自力で気づいたとは思えないし、そうなるでしょうね。
Okay, they're kind of confirming what I said. That's good. It's hard to suspect as much earlier. Now Sophie has pretty much confirmed it. Ghost is like us, but much more knowledgeable. It appears her otherworlder friend has no qualms about telling her all the things Sophie has been keeping from us. Though it's not like knowing this gets us anywhere.
あいつ。
そうね。はっきりとしたことは言えないけれど。私、勢いで消しちゃったけど。死んでないよね。死んではいない。存在が限りなく希薄になっている。ってところでしょうね。
Well, she was already a ghost, so nothing changed.
希薄。
空の力、思ったよりも強力だわ。どう表現すればいいかしら。存在感を空に操作された結果、この世界に存在することすらできなくなった。という説明がわかりやすいかしら。
Okay, we yeeted and deleted. I like
この
it.
世界に存在できない。
それ、本当に死んでないの？死んではいないわよ。空が本気であの子を消し去ろうとしていたら、あなたたちの記憶からもあの子はけれど消えていない。かろうじてまだこの世界に存在している。
She'll forever remain in our hearts.
それに仮に完全に消し去られたとしても、あの子なら自力でどうにかしちゃうでしょうね。
つまりあいつはまた戻ってくるってことだな。
So we temporarily got rid of the problem.
そういうこと。いつになるかはわからないけれど。
We bought ourselves some time, is what it sounds like.
完全に消しても復活するって。なんなんだあいつは。
とにかく生きてはいるんだよね。よかった。
Interesting. Okay. I mean, that's probably the appropriate response for somebody who's not like a cold, heartless killer. I don't know. What's your guys' opinion on that? I'm someone who thinks that just because you're a hero or just because you're a good guy doesn't mean that you can't kill somebody. Like, I'm I hate when, you know, they have the villain and they're like, oh, I could just end you right now and stop all the suffering, and I don't. It's like, what are you doing? Like, just end them so they don't kill much more people. I'm totally for, like, if someone's absolutely a villain, like, if they've gone on a killing spree and killed a bunch of people, yeah, you should stop them. Like, and the only way to do that is a certain way, and it's like, that's just how it's gotta be. Like, it's horrible, and I don't think you should ever take satisfaction in killing people. It should never be considered a good thing, but it is a necessary evil when it comes to stopping other evils, right? I don't know. What do y'all think about that? Sometimes you gotta do it, because I mean, they're not gonna stop until you do. So it's like, do you just want to let them kill more people, or do you just want to kill them? I mean, it's kill or be killed, right? And I see it as, like, if you're doing it in self-defense, that's differently than if I'm just going out and killing someone who maybe has the intention of killing somebody. Like, that's different. Like, if they're attacking you first, defend yourself. That aside, there's still one thing I'm very worried about. Sora's stigma. I've got to make sure nothing bad is going to happen.
そこまで分かってるってことは一部始終見ていたんだよな。
そうね。あなたの心配も分かっているわ。はい。体調に変化は？別に。
Well, she's not acting weird, so that's good. I feel like with Miyako, it was a very sudden change.
そう。ならしばらく様子見ね。何？
気づいてなかったのか？お前の全身にスティグマが浮かんでいた。
So good. One of my favorite moments in the whole novel so far. We'll see.
急激なスティグマの侵食。相当な負荷がかかったはずよ。
I think the things that might top that moment will be eventually finding out what Kakuru's power is, and if he uses like it in some big fancy flashy way, that'll be pretty dope. I think finally seeing Noah's powers could be pretty cool. Might top that, who knows. And then I think finally the most important one is seeing Yoichi finally use his powers. That way, I know he has them. I feel like he does, but I don't know. Or they could be like, oh, maybe he gets powers later in the game. I feel like that's probably where we're gonna go. Maybe he doesn't have powers right now, but he's gonna get an artifact later. Yeah, that's what it is, huh? I knew it. But I think that moment would be pretty cool too. But Sora using the spirit gun, that was up there. That will be one of my favorite moments for sure. In order to save, I should probably be reading this instead of thinking about Yoichi getting powers and Sora using spirit gun. But in order to save Kakeru, you draw all your power at once. As a result, your stigma spread rapidly, eroding away at you. This should have placed a great strain on you physically and mentally. Hopefully this doesn't diminish her power. Like, she doesn't have to, like, replenish that.
そう。あまりいいことじゃないのよ。本当に体調に目立った変化はないのね。ならいいわ。しばらく能力の使用は控えなさい。どうせあの子もいつかは復活する。わかりました。よろしい。まったく心配事だらけね。本当はかけるのことも助けるかどうか迷ったのよ。
Well, freaking, I'm glad you did.
姿を晒すことになるし、リスクなんて背負いたくないじゃない？どうせなら最初から空に任せちゃえばよかったわね。
Well, it certainly made things more interesting.
二人とも今日はもう休みなさい。まだ聞きたいことはあるでしょうけれど。
ああ、いろいろありがとう、ソフィー。
どういたしまして。じゃあ私も戻るわ。ニーニ、本当に治るんだよね。治るわよ。どれくらいかかるか知らないけれど。じゃあね。
Yeah, it might take a week. Who knows? It'll be gradual. So Ghost is going to come back. And when she does, her first order of business will be killing me. If she does come back, though, will her name go from being Ghost to Alive? I hope my arm and leg are healed by then, at least. In another timeline, 3 people have already died, but in this one, there's only been 1 victim, and I came out of this fight alive. While things aren't ideal, they're definitely progressing a lot better than they could be. At least that's what I keep telling myself.
さっき
あ
ソフィーがさ、私が飛び出そうとしたからって
言ってたな。本当ありがとな。助けてくれた。
ごめん。
What's she apologizing for? I struggle into a sitting position and look over at Sora. Tears gather in the corner of her
本
eyes.
当はそうじゃなくて、あの人がお兄ちゃんに話しかけた時、すぐ助けに行きたかった。
Were you scared?
動けなかった。私動けなかった。お兄ちゃんが石になりかけてても怖くて、ただ見てた。ごめん。私お兄ちゃんのこと助けられなかった。
Frickin', I don't blame you. Like, I would be scared too.
ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。
Sora looks down and unable to meet my gaze and apologizes over and over. But in the end, she did save me. I don't say that though. Because there's a better way to convey those feelings than words. Okay. Yep, that's the big brother thing to do. The little gas, she blinks up and smiles. Are we giving her a noogie?
何すんだ、やめろ。
落ち込んでるよりそうやって騒いでる方がお前らしいぜ。
何その決め顔。手足ぶち砕くぞ。
Okay, that's a little extreme.
それだけは本当にやめてくれ。
I'm gonna smash your leg, thanks.
てか今気づいたんだけど、着替えどうすんの？脱げないよね。
ああ、そうだな。
ゆったりしたのある？足がそんなんだと普段ニーヤンが履いてるピッチピチでお尻のラインわかるやつ無理でしょ？
Wow, okay, that's a way to describe pants.
そんなの履いてねえよ。なんかあるんじゃないかな。半ズボン的な。
Knickerbockers. Okay.
半ズボンって現代の若者が半ズボンって語彙力。
服の名前なんて知
Yeah,
ら
that
ねえ
sounds
んだ
like
よ。
a very
ほ
old
っとけ。
term.
どれどれ見繕ってあげようじゃ。
I mean, it's absolutely essential we take off our clothes. We're kind of like partly turned to stone. I think people will forgive us for, not changing.
最悪体操着のハーフパンツでもあるじゃん。丈が中途半端なカーゴパンツみたいな。クソだせえな。
Yeah, I feel like cargo shorts have kind of died out.
うっせえよ。人の趣味に文句つけんな。
T シャツも着るの厳しそうだし。お、あるじゃん。何このチェックのシャツ。ゲロだせ。
Hey, what's wrong with plaid? I mean, I don't wear plaid, but I don't have anything against people who do.
だからうるせえよ。安かったんだよ。
とりあえず着替えは大丈夫かな。あ、お風呂はどうすんの？
I'd rather not risk breaking my
入
leg.
りたいけど我慢するしか
遠慮するな。私が丸洗いしてやろうじゃないか。
いいって。
She's enjoying
後で
this
体拭いて。
so much.
私が拭いてあげよう。
だからいいって。なんで世話焼きたがるんだお前は。
Okay, to be fair, she did say she's gonna stay with you over the weekend to help you out. I feel like she's doing this from the kindness of her heart.
ニーニーのことを思って海外しく世話焼いてあげようとしてるんでしょ。感謝しろ。そして感動しろ。
Like, I'm actually going to take Sora's side here, guys. I actually am going to. Like, I think she's totally in the right here.
はいはい。
Maybe be a little bit more humble about it, but sure.
ニーニー平然としてるけど大変なことになってるんだからちゃんと頼ってよね。そのつもりで泊まってくんだから。
分かってるよ。ありがとう。
よろしい。なんかすんごいパワー使ったから食べたばっかだけどお腹すいた。ニーニーは？
Huh, so you got the munchies now,
い
huh?
や、俺は。
いいの？じゃあ私の分だけ買って。
今から？
うん。なんだ？寂しいか？
アホか。
That stupid face
心
again.
配ご無用。ラスボスは私が封印したじゃないですか。
そりゃそうだが。
本当にいいの？
あ じゃあなんか。
ほいほい、行ってきます。安静にしてなよ。
Sora grabs her phone and wallet, then leaves the room. Even though she was so dejected a moment ago, she's already back to her usual cheerful self. I can't tell if that's because she's actually gotten over what happened or if she's just forcing herself to act cheerful so I don't get worried. Sora made up for my blunder. No more than just that. She sealed away the user of the evil eye and brought us valuable time. Well, no, it's not that simple. Why do I always end up letting my guard down too soon? Because you like to see the best in people. You know, you like to believe that, like, things aren't as they seem. If they're, like, acting weird or acting evil. You know, you want to believe that there's good in them. And, you know, that's a terrible trait when you're going against someone who's truly evil. You know, they're going to take advantage of that. But that just means you're probably a good person. Ghost might be gone for now, but Takamine might try to get revenge. Even if he doesn't, there's still the other worlder who's helping Ghost. Just because we've taken one person out of the equation for the moment doesn't mean we're safe. Stretch my hand towards my phone, but it doesn't reach. Alright, calm down, me. I need to break the habit of panicking the moment I realize there's danger. I can't even walk right now. There's no way I can go bring Sora back. Besides, I'm sure she's fine for now. I just have to wait. After all this time, we finally know for sure who the user of the evil eye is. We also know her goal is to kill their users and steal their artifacts. However, we still have no way of stopping her. As a result, Sora puts herself at a risk just to hold Ghost at bay. I think back to the guy who caused the fire at school. He lost all semblance of sanity and his powers are going berserk. That's the price you pay when your stigma erodes you completely. But Sora's still sane. Sophie said she'd keep an eye on things, so I guess that means we don't have to worry just yet. There's no telling what it might happen next time. If Sora is forced to use that much of her power again, can't afford to screw up that badly a second time. I need to get stronger. If the artifact I made a contract with won't be of any use, then maybe I can't just let others protect me. I need to be able to protect them too. I never want to see Sora looking that sad again. I'll say he's not like trying to figure out how to make a second contract, is he? I could see him doing that. We are on the 7th of May. Interesting. Sora let me use the bed last night. Well, good. I'm glad she finally was being nice to us about that. You know, it is our bed, so we should be able to use it. But anyways, guys, I think we're going to end it here. I made this another little bit of a longer episode, just because we have so much going on. Like, that didn't go in the direction I thought it would at all. I really didn't see it going down like that. Like, I was getting myself hyped up for this, like, big super event, right? Like, there was gonna be, like, this huge fight between people. And that was not really what I expected, but it was good. And, I actually really liked it. So, I think things went pretty well. There was a little bit of drama. Of course, like, there's always, like, oh, Kakeru gets himself into trouble and has to be saved by somebody, or he has to end up saving somebody. Little bit cliche. But the way it all went down was pretty cool. I did like that. I like Sophie actually going out of her way to help us, and then our sister using a spirit gun. That was some Ghost Detective Yu Yu Hakusho type stuff right there. I did enjoy that a lot, and I hope we get to see more of that soon, because that would be cool, especially like towards the end of the game. I would love to see it. It'd be so good. But anyways, guys, pretty good episode, pretty long, but you know, I've been sick, so I'm sure you guys are excited to see my reaction to this. Hopefully I sound okay. I feel like I've been like I've either had a runny nose or I've been stuffy, and it's just like not fun. But anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you in the next episode. Have a good one.